All right, so a lot of you have still not gotten the picture, but let me show you something, right?
Every day, you are fighting your friends, your siblings, your father, your mother, your landlord, your tenant, your guy, your madam, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Everybody's misunderstanding you. That's not what you meant. You did not mean it like that. You have a heart of gold. You are a good person. They are just taking things the wrong way. It is not fair. There, come closer. Today, let me teach you about self-awareness. You see, because of you, I carried Biro. Because it's that serious. Self-awareness is the ability to see yourself beyond who you think you are here. And to be able to reconcile that to how people perceive you. Let me draw something for you. So this right here is the self-awareness triangle. Because of you, I went to go and get marker and paper because it's that serious, okay? In 2026, you must be a better person. This is you and your big head inside this triangle. Now, in this triangle, these are the three labeled points. We have intentions, behavior, and identity. There are three parts that make up the self-awareness triangle. So let us start with intentions. Now, human beings, people generally, we judge ourselves based on our intentions. Okay. Oh, I meant well. I am an honest person. I was just trying to help. And I was only joking. I was only correcting you. It's based on our intentions. That is how we judge ourselves. But the problem is that the intentions, your intentions are in your head alone. They are behind the scenes. Okay. Nobody can see them. People experience you through your behavior. This is what people see when they look at you. Let me take out my. So when people look at you, they see your behavior. They don't see your intention. So people judge you by your behavior, what you say, what you do. But you argue because you see yourself by your intentions. You say, no, I know that I raised my voice at you, your behavior, but I was just being honest. It's because I was just trying to help you. Argue the behavior people are seeing because you are judging yourself by your intentions. Okay? Now, imagine having a conversation with your friend. This is your friend here. And then in this interaction, you start raising your voice. You start talking. You start trying to maybe explain your point. And this your friend goes out to say, you know what? In this interaction where I was talking to you, I felt humiliated. You say, no, 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 no. I was only being honest. Your intention. You argue it. Okay? And then the person says, no, the way you were talking to me, I was just teasing you now, but you embarrassed me. It's not like that. You're deep in this thing. Oh, you're deep in this thing. You are constantly arguing because you are constantly judging yourself through your intentions. And you are not able to see what this person is seeing, which is your behavior. You are blindsided by it. So now let us talk about identity. Identity is a story that you tell about yourself. You say that you are a kind person, you are a respectful person, you are a patient person, you are a good friend, you are a good wife, you are a good husband. Now, this may all be true, but the uncomfortable question is, if 10 people are describing your behavior, will your behavior match this identity that you have about yourself? Would it? Would it? Now, when we talk about self-awareness, you're not just talking about who you think you are or what your intentions are. You are also looking at why you think this person, through your behavior, is thinking otherwise, even though you are saying that this is who you are. Okay? So, if you are not self-aware, you will constantly continue to defend a position instead of basically trying to internalize why my behavior is contradicting my intention. Okay, this gap between your behavior and your intention, you sit with it and you start to think, why is it that if I truly am trying to be kind, why am I acting cruel? Why am I raising my voice since my intention is to be sweet and nice? And if people are interpreting this behavior as the opposite of my intention, can I understand why this person is saying that my behavior has hurt them even though my intention was good? Can I understand this person's perspective? That is self-awareness. Okay? Now, self-awareness is not trying to argue that this person may be right about your identity. Self-awareness simply helps you to see why your behavior can be interpreted the opposite of your intention. So you are not constantly angry with this person. And why are you saying that I'm this? Why? No, you are able to then look at your behavior and how that can be misconstrued or misunderstood. Okay? That is self-awareness. So self-awareness is not self-hatred. It's not you believing everything that people say. No, self-awareness is basically the ability to see perspective, how your behavior can communicate a different intention. So you are not constantly angry or defending everything. You are constantly seeing perspective and saying, yes, I raised my voice. That's a behavior measured and observed. I raised my voice and that is true. I raised my voice. And I'm sorry about raising my voice, but this was my intention. It's not about excusing the behavior. Behavior somehow can be misconstrued. And for you to see that, because this person is not seeing the behind the scenes, this person is simply observing your behavior. Now, there are people who might misrepresent you, and that's okay. Self-awareness, like I said, is not about accepting what everybody is saying that you are, but it's just the ability for you to say, okay, what did I say that may have been misunderstood? What did I do that may be misunderstood? So, for example, if people constantly say, oh my God, you are a difficult person, you are a difficult person, or if your friends always tell you, oh, you never listen, at some point, you have to then observe your own behavior outside of your intentions. You separate these two. And then you start asking yourself, Is it true that I do not really listen? Does my behavior communicate this? Again, some people may misunderstand you genuinely, but self-awareness is not about, like I said, accepting every projection. I just want you to know that the goal is not perfection, okay? The goal is alignment. When your intentions become consistent with your behavior, and then this reflects your true identity that people begin to experience, okay? That is how you truly become your intentions. It's not enough to say, oh, I was just trying to be kind. I was going to call you. I was going to call you. And if you did not call, this person is right to say that you do not care. For example, if your friend is telling you that you are not caring, and you say, how am I not caring? The person says, I always call you, but you never call me. You don't call. Now, your intention, you quickly defend yourself by saying, no, it's not like that. So, I always used to try to call. But Yusuf, you don't need to be angry at this person. Because they observed that particular behavior, they are right to say that perhaps you don't care, even though you feel you care. That's your intention. The person is witnessing a different behavior. You then arguing, I'm a good friend. The only way you can be a good friend truly is if your intention matches your behavior. That truly reflects that you are a good friend. If this doesn't match this person is right to feel that perhaps you are not a good friend. So yes, in your mind, you might be a good friend, but this person is not wrong to believe that you are not. So sometimes this is why we are misunderstood, because even though we have good intentions, our behavior says otherwise, and we continue to judge ourselves by our intentions, holding on to an identity that cannot be observed by others, and hence we feel misunderstood, and then conflict happens. This person feels, you know what, I'm done talking to you because you don't listen to what I'm trying to say. They go their way. You are like, I beg, it's not that deep. You're just, you go your own way. Now, why am I teaching you about self-awareness? Because this is the key to emotional intelligence, what many people lack. And this is why you keep on having issues in your relationship sometimes. This is why you are losing friendships. See, because of what it is I'm saying, I've painted my hand. Please, do you understand this explanation? Oh yeah, on a straight line. Please do better. Thanks for watching. Bye.